It looks like he's coming. There it is.
And he submits the Hangman. Tsarukyan is back in contention.
All right, everyone get ready because I'm about to break down one of the wildest lightweight main events we've just seen. Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker at UFC Qatar. Trust me, it was a fight with everything you want. We're talking striking, grappling, tough moments, and a finish that got everyone in the crowd yelling. If you missed it, or if you just want all the details, stick with me because this is the full story, round by round, moment by moment. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It really helps us grow and keeps the MMA breakdowns coming. First off, let's talk about Arman Tsarukyan. At just 29, he carries a ton of hype with a record of 23 wins and only 3 losses. He trains out of American Top Team and is known as a total beast. His pace, wrestling, top control, and much improved striking set him apart. Arman's been running through top contenders with back-to-back wins over guys like Beneil Dariush, which he finished with a knockout, and Charles Oliveira by a hard-fought decision. He's known for crazy cardio. He doesn't slow down, even in 5-round main events. Across from him is Dan the Hangman Hooker. Dan is longer, taller, and comes from New Zealand, training with some of the best at city kickboxing. He's fought the toughest names, Dustin Poirier, Islam Makhachev, the list goes on.
You say this Makhachev or Makhachev?
Makhachev.
Makhachev.
Islam Makhachev, but not like this is a Islam like this, no.
Makhachev.
Islam Makhachev.
No, I say this.
You all the time make this like, please, brother.
What do you mean I make this what? I'm just trying to find out how to say it.
Okay, what do you want?
Hooker is a dangerous striker who likes to keep things at range, mixing in sharp jabs, punishing calf kicks, and snappy knees whenever someone comes in close. He's been around for a while, delivered wars, and even though he's had some bad luck with injuries lately, including a surgery that kept him out of a huge fight with Justin Gaethje earlier this year, he's always ready for a dogfight. From the opening bell, you can feel the tension. Dan Hooker tries to use his reach, poking out his jab, flicking low kicks, and giving Arman lots of different looks. He's switching stances and throwing combos to keep Arman guessing, hoping to stop those big level changes that Arman is famous for. But Arman doesn't rush. He takes the center, feints the takedown, keeps his guard high. Every once in a while, Arman shoots, just to remind Dan that the takedown is always a threat. And then, surprise, he starts letting his hands go. Suddenly, he's landing crisp shots upstairs, mixing things up so Dan can't settle into a groove. This is Arman's style, always keeping you on your toes, never letting you relax. A couple minutes into the round, Tsarukyan starts gaining ground, backing Hooker up toward the fence. Dan uses his long frame to try and clinch up, but Arman is too strong, pummeling for position and winning those little battles inside. You can see Hooker trying to recover range, but Arman just won't give it. Now comes the damage. Arman lands a big right hand, and Hooker's face starts showing some swelling. Nothing too crazy yet, but you know it's only time before it gets worse if he keeps getting tagged. Hooker fires back with combos, mostly to the head and body, and a couple sharp knees when Arman tries for a takedown. Still, Tsarukyan's pressure and accuracy win the early exchanges, and you can sense momentum building. They finish the round with some wild swings, but it's pretty clear that Arman's shots did more damage. Hooker's hanging tough, but is wearing the signs of those punches. In the corner, you hear the coaches telling Dan to circle more and avoid getting stuck against the fence.
Stay sharp.
It's not comfortable with you though. Yeah.
On Arman's side, his team is fired up, knowing their guy's already starting to break Hooker down physically and mentally. Starting round 2, Hooker brings a higher pace, really trying to push Arman back with volume. He throws a 3-punch combo that looks dangerous, but Arman uses the forward momentum against him, changing levels and shooting a perfectly timed takedown. This is where the script flips. Arman ends up on top and his world-class ground game immediately comes into play. Now Hooker's got a solid guard and tries to snag a guillotine on the way down, but Arman doesn't panic. He keeps his head safe, adjusts his hips, keeps his weight heavy, and gradually works his way free. Dan scrambles, trying to get his back against the cage and stand up, but Arman's control is just too strong. Arman delivers some serious ground and pound, short elbows and punches that make Hooker's eyes swell even more. You feel the urgency. Hooker's corner is yelling at him to move and shrimp out, but Arman stays patient, moving from half guard to side control, just like he does in the gym a million times.
With Hooker stuck on bottom and running out of answers, Tsarukyan starts setting up the finish. He traps one of Hooker's arms next to his neck, drives his chest down, and sneaks his head to the far side. The crowd starts buzzing. They can see what's coming. Arman tightens up the choke, cuts off Hooker's air and starts squeezing the life out of the veteran. Hooker tries to wriggle free, but Tsarukyan's positioning is near perfect. Seconds feel like minutes, and then there's the tap. The ref jumps in and waves it off. Official record: Arman Tsarukyan wins by arm triangle choke, round 2 at 3 minutes and 34 seconds. The whole stadium erupts. Arman pops up and celebrates, and you can see pure relief and joy on his face. This wasn't just another win. This stamped his spot as one of the most legit lightweights in the world right now. Let's talk about why this win matters so much. This wasn't a lucky shot or a quick fluke. Tsarukyan outclassed Hooker in almost every area. He used his striking to open up grappling chances, took almost 0 big shots, and then finished with one of his trademark submissions. He didn't just play it safe. He smashed Hooker, did clear damage, and showed he could close the show even when everyone in the building knew what was coming. Afterward, Arman makes it crystal clear. He wants the title. It's tough to argue against him when you see this kind of performance. Back-to-back wins over top guys, now a statement main event in a new UFC market, and he didn't have a scratch on him at the end. Where does Arman go from here? That's the big question. He's likely staying ranked as the top contender at lightweight. Nobody else outside the champ really has a streak like he does now. The hype is real, and after this showing, the UFC might give him exactly what he wants, a crack at the title next. If not, it'll be against another name in the top 5 for sure. Either way, don't be surprised if Arman Tsarukyan is fighting for the belt very soon. For Dan Hooker, it's honestly a tough loss. He took a lot of damage early, tried to rally back, but just couldn't match Arman's pressure or grappling. That doesn't erase everything he's accomplished. He's had classic battles in the division and is still the kind of guy who will test anyone. Maybe it's time for him to reassess his game, focus on his recovery, and plan the right matchups going forward. If he keeps his chin high, makes a couple of adjustments, there's still a lot he can do in the division. This fight in Qatar might not have been the blood and guts war some people expected, but it showed how a top contender gets it done. Arman Tsarukyan used his well-rounded skills, stuck to his game plan, and gave us a clean technical showcase. For all the future stars watching, this is what it looks like to rise to the top. If you like this breakdown, let me know who you want to see next and whether you think Arman Tsarukyan deserves a title shot after this win. Until then, keep watching, keep training, and I'll catch you at the next big fight. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos and you help our channel keep growing.